2. Governance, Monitoring and Evaluation. Introduction. The Disabled People's Rights Plan aims to achieve the ambition of becoming a Wales where disabled people can live, work and flourish as equal citizens. In pursuit of this ambition, the plan sets out its intention to deliver real, measurable change across a range of policy areas that affect the everyday lives of disabled people in Wales. This section outlines the monitoring, evaluation and governance arrangements that will be established to evidence this change and to oversee the delivery of the plan. Listen to Annex 1 for more information. Each will be developed and delivered in line with the principles of the social model of disability, incorporating lived experience at each stage to ensure that the needs and voices of disabled people are fairly and accurately represented throughout the entire process. External Advisory Board. To ensure robust oversight and meaningful guidance throughout the implementation of the Disabled People's Rights Plan, we will establish an influential and independent external advisory board. This board will play a critical role in shaping the direction, monitoring progress and maximising the impact of the plan, acting as a crucial link between disabled people, policymakers and service providers. Its responsibilities will include advising on delivery, identifying emergent challenges, recommending improvements, and ensuring that the voices and needs of disabled people remain central to all activities and decisions. Membership of the External Advisory Board will be drawn from a diverse range of individuals, including people with direct lived experience of disability and key representatives from disabled people's organisations and other relevant stakeholders across Wales. This inclusive approach will guarantee that the board reflects the breadth of experience and expertise necessary to address the complex and evolving issues faced by disabled people in society. The board will be established in 2026 and will operate in accordance with the principles of the social model of disability, ensuring that all discussions and recommendations are grounded in the realities of disabled people's lives. The board's input will be sought at every critical stage, from strategic planning through to evaluation, to guarantee that the plan delivers real, lasting change and that all actions are transparent, accountable and responsive to the community it serves. By embedding the External Advisory Board at the heart of our governance structure, we are making a clear commitment to participatory decision-making, collaboration and continuous improvement. This will help to build trust, drive innovation and ultimately support the ambition of creating a Wales where disabled people can live, work and flourish as equal citizens. The Welsh Government Disability Disparity Evidence Unit. How we will measure change. The Disability Disparity Evidence Unit, a team from the Welsh Government's social research profession, is responsible for overseeing the monitoring and evaluation arrangements for the Disabled People's Rights Plan. This includes measurement of the plan's ongoing progress against individual actions, as well as a wider assessment of the overall impact made against its intended outcomes in the longer term. Outlining the process for change. In order to measure change, the process for how it will be achieved must first be understood. This will be done through the development of theories of change, or logic models, for each area of the plan. Welsh Government will map out each step in how the plan aims to deliver its desired change, from inputs through to activities, outputs, outcomes, and impacts. These steps will help to shape how progress and success of the plan is measured. In the short to medium term, monitoring and evaluation arrangements will focus on providing evidence against actions and outcomes through a measurement framework and process evaluation. Measurement framework. Aligned to the theories of change, which set out how the plan intends to achieve its objectives, an overarching measurement framework is in development to evidence progress and demonstrate the direction of change across key areas of the plan. This framework, to be finalised within the first year of the plan, will include indicators for each area which, when considered together, will provide a holistic view of the effect that the plan is having overall. These indicators are being carefully selected to provide the most accurate and comprehensive view of the plan possible, in a way that meets the needs of our stakeholders. It is likely, however, that not all data will be available. The Disability Disparity Evidence Unit will target these gaps in the data where possible to improve the availability, quality, granularity and accessibility of equalities evidence in the future. Process evaluation. A process evaluation will begin in 2026 to understand how the plan is being implemented by finding out what is working well, identifying barriers to delivery, and making recommendations for improvement in the future. This research will focus on the initial period from the date the plan is published up until 2027 and will be designed around the principles of the social model, incorporating lived experience at every stage to ensure that disabled people remain at the heart of the evaluation. The research will draw upon different types of data to assess the implementation of the plan. Numerical quantitative data will be used to monitor the outputs of actions in the short to medium term. For example, monitoring data may be used to show the number of disabled people engaged with during the development of a policy, or the number of service providers that have attended social model of disability training. People's thoughts and opinions will also be captured through the use of qualitative data methods, such as interviews or focus groups. These methods will be used to explore changes in greater detail, helping to understand why a change has happened and how people have been affected by it. They will help to accurately represent the views of everyone involved with the plan, including those involved in its delivery, and most importantly, the disabled people whose lives it aims to improve. Once completed, this stage of the research will be followed by an impact evaluation, focused on assessing the success of the plan in achieving its outcomes in the mid to long term. This second phase of the research will draw upon data collated across a longer time frame and on the experiences of the disabled people affected by the plan to assess its overall impact. Our actions. Many of the actions set out within the actions document are already in progress, reflecting a commitment to the timely implementation of the plan's objectives and demonstrating the government's priority to the rights of disabled people. The initial short-term actions are expected to be completed by 2027 or before, serving as a foundation for the delivery of the 10-year ambitions in the plan. Additional medium-term and long-term actions, intended for delivery by 2031 and 2035 respectively, will be informed by the recommendations of the Disability Rights Task Force, working in partnership with disabled people's organisations and the Welsh Government. This participatory approach will ensure that the priorities and lived experiences of disabled people remain central to delivery of the plan. Progress against these actions will be monitored and measured through the evaluation approach outlined in this plan and the External Advisory Board. Engagement mechanisms. The Disability Equality Forum, chaired by the Cabinet Secretary for Social Justice, Trefnydd, and Chief Whip, will continue to bring together disabled people, policymakers, service providers, researchers, and other stakeholders. The forum will also continue to serve as a platform for sharing good practice, learning from each other, and building alliances across different groups and interests. Disabled People's Organisations, DPOs, represent the different voices and interests of disabled people. They will have an important role in gathering views from disabled people and grassroots organisations and individuals across Wales, bringing their feedback, concerns and suggestions back to the forum for discussion and challenge. We will continue to work with the Welsh Government's Disabled People's Employment Champions and our Disabled People's Employment Working Group. This group, chaired by the Champions, is well placed to review our progress on inclusion and access to work and apprenticeships. We will meet regularly with our equality leads across Welsh Government to ensure that this cross-government plan delivers positive outcomes for disabled people. We will work closely with the Learning Disability Ministerial Advisory Group and the Neurodivergence Ministerial Advisory Group. This plan will use existing and developing strategies across Welsh Government as levers for changing our landscape. Mainstreaming the social model of disability across policy means that all policies and strategies include disabled people, their needs and preferences, and that equality for disabled people is embedded in all decision-making processes.